Welcome to Break Time with Lynn. This is the Sweep Spot mini episode, and I wanted to thank everyone for their support on these shows and their compliments. It really means a lot to me because I doing these on my own, just kind of something that's been on my heart that I wanted to do, where I had a chance to kind of share things either that happened to me. Just this is kind of an anything goes segment. Episode, I should say, that I'm going to keep trying to do on the weeks that we don't have our normal episodes. Now, our normal episodes are the ones that are main and they will continue. And then we have our bonus episodes, which are part of our Patreon for people that want to help support the show. And those are like you go to Patreon and you give $5 or more and you get one episode per month. And that really does help us out a lot as things keep rising prices to do the show, so really appreciate that. But anyways, so this episode I wanted to talk about because I wanted to highlight cast members, and because as we know, and we'll talk about this in our main show next episode, but as everyone knows by now, there's been a lot of layoffs around the Disney parks, Imagineering included, and my heart breaks for those cast members and for the people around them, their friends and family. It just it's really tough, and without getting into it too much, I mean, this, a lot of people were saying, don't open the parks, we need to wait till next year, or we need to wait 5 years, or whatever it was, but I had heard, extremes. But my thought the whole time was they can't keep just holding on to these cast members. They're going to have to let them go at some point. And it happened. And I saw it coming because you can't just do that. I mean, there's a downside to this whole COVID thing that people are getting sick. And yes, unfortunately, some people are dying, and it's very serious. But there's another side of it where people are losing their jobs, their livelihood, their businesses. There's a lot of mental issues going on that are connected to this too. So it's not just that. But anyways, that's not what this is about. I wanted to highlight on our most recent trip, which was just a week and a half before the park before Disneyland closed. We had a family trip, and we went down, I think it was March 2nd and 3rd, I believe, were the 2 days that we were there. And we were able to get a Rise of the Resistance boarding pass. It was a group that was later on. I don't remember at the moment. It was like in the 90s, and I thought, well, there's a chance we won't. But at that point, they had been getting into the low hundreds as far as calling the groups back. So it all just kind of was this perfect storm. So we were excited we had it, but then we were still like, we may not. So we had 2 reservations. We had one for Carnation Cafe, and it was for dinner. And I believe that was at 5. I think 5. Yeah, I don't know. The time's all mixed up, but we were eating dinner. And we were almost to the end of our meal. They hadn't brought the check yet. And our group was called. I'm like, oh, we got to go. So, I mean, you have 2 hours or whatever. I can't remember now. It's been so long. But I think you have like 2 hours or something. But we're excited. We wanted to get going. So, and it's running. We got to get on it, So, we hurried out of there and we took off and went over to Galaxy's Edge. Got in line, but in the same time, we had a reservation for Luke to do the lightsaber. I can't remember it right now. Whatever it's called, the lightsaber experience. And we were in line, and I'm thinking, and I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't know. This ride's this long. We're here. It's taken us this long so far, and we were not even into the room, the pre-show room. So if you've been on that ride, you know what I'm talking about. And I thought, I don't know. we may not make it. So we went through the we were about to go in the pre-show room, and there was a cast member there. And I said, we have an appointment or a reservation for the lightsaber. And I understand that if you miss it or if you're late, well, if you miss it, you get paid, you get charged. If you're late, you can't go in the middle. So either way, you're not good. So, and it's like $200. So I thought, so I told him, and he said, this is what you do. Go to your lightsaber thing, and when you're done, take your time, whatever, come back, talk to a cast member, and I'll put it, I don't know, they put it on my phone or somehow, something to do with the scanning. And so he took me outside, took us outside and did something, scanned or whatever, and we went to the lightsaber legacy thing, or lightsaber experience, and then we came back. So that took maybe, we got there a few minutes early, and then we went through the whole thing, and then afterwards we kind of hung out for a little bit. Luke was checking out his lightsaber, and so all that, maybe an hour, I don't know, and we came back, talked to a cast member. So I wanted to mention, before I get on to this, is that the first cast member, his name was Will, and he really helped us out. I mean, I don't know if that's something that they are supposed to do for everyone or suggest, but all I know is that he did that for us. And he didn't have to. He just said, well, sorry about that, and that would have been it. But he comforted us, said, don't worry about it. You just go do that and you come back. He was very positive about it. Put a lot of relief, less stress on us. We were able to enjoy the lightsaber thing instead of trying to be in a hurry or stressed out. The whole thing was fixed. And that's the whole point of this. But I wanted to finish the story. So then we came back, talked to a customer, told them what had happened. They scanned my phone. Go ahead. They led us into a door through the queue, right to the pre-show where we stopped at. I didn't even tell them, we left off at the they just put us right there. We skipped the line and we went right to where we were in the pre-show. We went on the attraction. It was awesome, all that. But that was amazing. And that was my wife's first time on it. So Luke and I had gone 2 other times before that on it, 2 other on a different trip. But wow, just the cast members, what they do for everyone to try to, so everyone has a good time. They go out of their way, above and beyond. And I wanted to feature a cast member in a story because of all stuff going on lately, and bring a little positivity to this if we can. But it was awesome. So when I got home, I wrote to guest relations and told him about Will, and told him how much he was helpful and how what the whole story. And they said he will find out about your compliment, and so will his manager. So I assume he got a guest compliment, on his folder. And I hope that someone like Will is still able to work at Disneyland when they reopen. And there's probably plenty of other people that do awesome things like that were laid off. So I feel so bad for those people. And I hope that, because I did hear that there's like a year, like if the park does need more people, they're like on a list where they can come back first before, rehiring. And I hope that happens sooner than later. I hope that the parks can reopen. At the moment, as of this recording, it's kind of up in the air again. We had some guidelines put out, not really to the public, but I kind of heard about a few of them, and the Disney said, no, we got to revise this. So that's kind of where we are now. The state's again talking with Disney about some of these revisions to the guidelines. So kind of waiting to see, but I hope that it will be able to open very soon. And so these people can get back to work and we can get our numbers down in the state, county, and people can start to go back to Disneyland, because this world needs Disneyland. If anytime, it needs it right now. The people that are sick or maybe worried about going out, you don't have to say it on social media that you think it's bad or whatever. Just don't go. Take care of yourself. Wear a mask wherever you can. But for the people that aren't as worried, maybe don't have an elderly person at home or any health concerns, and they want to take the precautions, wear a mask, social distance, wash your hands, all that stuff. Let's open up the parks and let's have some fun if we can. It's been a really downer this past 7 months, and we need a little joy in our lives if we can. So thank you so much for listening. I hope that you will continue to listen to these mini episodes, and hope you're enjoying our main episodes of The Sweet Spot. For any show notes or anything, go to thesweetspot at .com, or if you have any questions or want to, anything you want to reach me, thesweetspot at gmail.com. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Stay safe. Be good. And we'll talk to you next time.